Your gift is waiting on you to use it, good people. What you waiting on? What it do, good people? It's your boy, FL, your life coach, back with another Soul Truth Sunday, baby. And in this Soul Truth Sunday, I'm going to tell you a little story, right? I'm going to tell you a story on how I discovered my gift and how I started using my gift and how I've been living on my gift for over 20-something years of my life. And you can too. Come on. Let's get into this Soul Truth, baby. FL style, Soul Truth style. See, listen, good people, it all started for your boy around 10 years old. I think I was around 10 when I really start paying attention to a few clues. So in this Soul Truth, I'm going to take you from the journey from 10 years old all the way up to now on how I really started to kind of pay attention to those clues and discover my gift and start using my gift and living on my gift. So I was around 10 years old, man. Shout out to my 5th grade teacher, Mrs. Wheat. See, I remember this vividly, right? Right. That's how I know it was a turning point in my life. In your gift and purpose and your calling, they leave clues, good people. So I was, what, 10, 5th grade, Mrs. Wheat. We had a parents teacher conference. I never forget this, man. This was the starting point of me starting to kind of pay attention to what I was kind of gifted at or what I needed to start gravitating to. See, like when you're younger, you don't really know how to coin these things, yo, right? You have this feeling and you have these desires because I remember being young. Just a little side note before I get to the parent teacher conference. I remember even leading up before I was 10 years old. I had a desire to always kind of see people happy, right? I hated seeing people sad or I hated seeing people hurting, right? And I had that desire from a young age, right? So then you fast forward till I was in the 5th grade, 10 years old, to the parents teacher conference. So we sitting in there, Miss Wheat talking to my parents, telling them that, Fernando's is this type of kid, great kid, blah, blah, blah. But she said something that stuck with me even to this day. As I'm telling you this story, I remember it vividly. She said, Fernando's is a natural born leader, but he doesn't even know it yet. Because when he does something in the classroom, everybody else does it. Of course, me being 10, I'm like, Mom, that ain't my fault. They just need to get a stronger mind. I don't know what's going on. That ain't my fault. I'm doing me. Why you blaming me for what they doing? Because I didn't understand it. That was the first clue, right? I didn't understand it, but that stuck with me, right? So needless to say, she goes on to tell, to tell my mom, uh, that every time I start to do something, the whole class follows. Once again, I'm like, that's not my fault. That's not my fault. Because I didn't understand it, right? But it was leaving clues, right? So then that's when I was like 10 in the 5th grade, right? So fast forward a couple of years to the 8th grade, change school, change environments, right? And I start hearing the same things. Every parent teacher conference that my parents ever went to, I heard the same things about myself. I was a natural born leader. I brought people together and people naturally gravitated to me and they followed me. And I said the same things that I said when I was 10, that in the 8th grade. That's not my fault. That's not my fault, Mom, Dad. That's not my fault, right? But I started to kind of pay attention more. Uh, my 5th grade teacher really opened up my eyes, and then when I really start hearing this more, so now I'm in the 8th grade. I've always been the person that just naturally brought people together. I've always been the person that was kind of like the life of the party in a sense of I don't want to see people sad. I don't want to see people down. I don't want to see people feeling bad or doing bad, right? I've always, like I said, had a desire for that. That's part of my gift. Like I told you, stay with me. My gift is communication. My purpose is connection. My calling is teaching, right? But I had to learn this stuff because it was dropping these clues. Just like your life is dropping clues for you about what your gifting is. So now, I'm in the 8th grade. I'm hearing the same things to parents, teacher conferences. Every time my parents go, I'm hearing that, I'm a leader. I bring people together. So at the end of my 8th grade year, I was getting into all type of shit, good people. I mean, I'm just being real talk. I was out there in public schools getting all type of stuff, right? So my parents decided then that public school wasn't gonna be the right fit for me. So my parents and my grandmother decided to put me into a private school at Christian Heritage Academy. CHA, shout out to CHA. Yes, sir, baby, CHA. And so I started going there, but watch this. Even when they had to come up for the parents teacher conferences, then guess what, good people? I heard the same thing. Fernando's is a leader. People naturally gravitate to him. He doesn't understand his power, right? He doesn't understand the influence that he had. Once again, I'm a freshman. That's not my fault. You feel me? But I'm telling you this because your calling, your gifting, your purpose, you've been doing this since you was a kid, good people. You've been overlooking the value that you've been having in your hand since you was a kid because you feel like it's nothing. Or you feel like, ain't nobody gonna really be paying me for that. I'm telling you my story because I've been getting paid to be me my whole life, bringing people together and communicating. So yeah, so by this time I'm a freshman in another environment, right? In a private school, and now I'm hearing the same things about myself, right? So around this time, I really kind of start thinking about it a little bit. But for me, I've always wanted to be a pro basketball player. So that was my whole thing. I was like, I'm going to the league. I don't need to do none of that stuff. I remember being young, man, in high school. I used to practice when I'm sitting in class. I'm daydreaming about the league. This is real talk. I used to practice signing my signature because I knew I was going to be giving autographs. I knew I was going to be famous. I knew I was going to be like a big deal, right? I already had that in my spirit at a young age, but I just had the wrong arena. I was thinking sports, even though I was real good at sports. I got cut twice right before training camp to go pro in basketball, but that just wasn't my arena. This here, talking to you right now, empowering you right now, encouraging you right now to use your gift, encouraging you to be you. This is my arena. This is what I do, good people. But more importantly, this is who I am. You feel me? So yeah, so now I'm in high school and I'm starting to kind of pay a little bit more attention to it, but I'm still after this pro basketball stuff. So I'm not trying to really pay too much attention to it because I already have my plan set. I'm be a pro athlete. I'm going to take care of my mom, my dad, take care of my people. Man, I'm going to play about 11 years in the league and call it a day. You know what I'm saying? And call it a day. I was a younger person that always kind of had a vision for my life, always kind of saw myself doing things with my life. I just had to figure out what that was. So now I'm hearing these same things about me being a leader, about me being a person that people naturally gravitate to, that people follow. So now fast forward to college. Now I'm in college. Y'all need to go check out the Married Life podcast because you get to hear a little bit about that when I met my wife and I'm in college. I'm still not uh fully accepting though my calling, my purpose, my gifting, right? I'm hearing it, it's leaving these clues, but I'm not fully accepting it. So in my early 20s, after I got married, like I said, go check out the Married Life podcast. We got 2 episodes up on my channel, so you can get caught up to speed on that, right? Me and wifey. So after I got married in my 20s, you know, I start working at the Bank of Oklahoma. So I've only had 2 jobs my whole life, good people. I'm 47. Other than that, I didn't done me. This is why I tell you about my product, right? Real quick, this is a plug. You already know. I'm going to send you to go get that product. 6-part audio series plus matching workbook. I wrote that for you, but it's the same thing that I use and I still use to this day to help me get off the sideline with my gift and start profiting from my gift and using what God gave me. What you waiting on? Click that link in my bio. Get your Use It or Lose It 6-part audio series plus workbook. Get off the sidelines. Get into the game, good people. Start using your gift. So listen, man. So yeah, now, I'm in college. I'm young. one of the two jobs I had, I worked at Bank of Oklahoma, was one of the first jobs that I had. I started off in the mail room, worked my way up to investment op clerk, right? And then I was an ortho tech. I did casting and bracing. Those are the only two jobs I've had, and I'm 47 years old because I made a decision to live on me. When my gift was leaving those clues, yeah, I didn't understand it when I was younger. I didn't understand it when I was younger. I couldn't coin it, right? But as I got older, when people start saying the same things about me, when people start telling me the same things, even from a young age, man, people used to always tell me how mature I was, that you're very mature for your age. I remember just being younger, man, and my friends and stuff used to always tell me how good I used to make them feel. I've always feel happy around you. This is like when I was young, good people. It leaves clues, right? And so, yeah, so now, I'm in college. I'm freshly married, working at Bank Oklahoma, started off in the mail room, worked my way up to investment op clerks. That's the one job I had. The ortho tech was the other job I had. But the ortho tech job, I loved it. I got to learn about the human body. I love fitness, health, all that stuff to this day. But I remember when I walked away from the ortho tech job, man, they thought I was crazy because that job had just gave me a $4 raise. Well, it was about to give me a $4 raise. They had just promoted me from checkout to ortho tech. So I started doing the casting, bracing. I was working for all these doctors. And man, we just had started our cleaning business. And I start living on me, right? Communication is my gift, right? So anytime I get to use my gift in any arena, it works well. So how did I use it with the cleaning business? We grew it. When I quit that job at OSSO, they thought I was insane, good people, walking away from a $4 raise. This was back in the, early 2000s, walking away from a $4 raise because I believed in me. I believed in my gift. I told my wife, babe, we can do this, right? This is part of who I am. I can't suppress this to go get a paycheck. I would rather get a paycheck in alignment with who I am and my gifted. So needless to say, we quit. Well, I quit. She stayed at her job. Man, within the first 2 years, man, we grew our cleaning business to over 200K. In the first 2 years, had it for another 17 years. During that time, I started my life coaching, public speaking. That's a story all in itself because in the first 2 years, after we grew our cleaning business to over 200K, right, I still was empty, good people. Watch this. I was still empty. I never forget this. I'm sitting in the game room of the house that me and my wife built, the second house we built. I'm in my early 20s at this time. This is the second house we didn't build from ground up. I'm sitting in my game room. My mom is over. And she's like, the moms know. Shout out to my mom, baby, my mom, man. Them moms know, them parents know. And she like, son, what's going on with you? What's wrong? I looked her dead in the eyes and I said, Mom, man, making this 200K a year don't feel like I thought it would. And she was like, what you mean? I'm like, man, we grew this out. It don't feel like I thought it would. And I don't feel fulfilled. Like the janitorial business, I got to use my gift, right? And I got to use my purpose because I connected people with a quality janitorial company, right? My purpose is connection. I got to use my gift, right? Because I got to verbalize the value of our commercial cleaning company. So I got to use my gift in a way that I got to use my calling in a way that I got to teach it because my calling is teaching. So I was operating in my calling, my gifting, and my purpose, but it still wasn't fulfilled work because this is the work that fulfills me. And so this is kind of how I literally got into life coaching. So we sitting in that room, game room, and my mom goes, you ever thought about life coaching, son? I'm like, life coaching? What is that? I don't even know what that is, right? I don't even know what life coaching is. Never heard of it. And kind of the rest was history. I kind of checked into it because she was like, life coaching, son, is something you've been doing your whole life. Another clue. See, it leaves clues, right? Even now my mom is dropping these clues. Another clue. I'd heard this my whole life. And then like the rest is history, man. That's when I start checking into it. I got certified as an elite life coach. Shout out to Mitch Matthews, elite life coach certification program, baby. I started my first module. You see this bracelet here, man? I tell people this all the time, man. I still wear this bracelet. Oh, hold on. Good people trying to get it up. You see this? Can you see this bracelet? It say I must fulfill my purpose. That's the first video module that I put out, man, years ago when I first started, man. I must fulfill my purpose. I had bracelets with it and everything. That's when I wrote my book. Good people, I've been in personal development for a minute. I'm telling you, that's when I wrote my book, Hatch, all that, man. And I've been living on me ever since, good people. And I made this video today on Soul Truth Sunday to let you know you can live on you, right? So after the cleaning business, we got rid of that. Had that for over 17 years or so. Been life coaching, public speaking for almost 20 years, right? Because I did it about 2 years after we started our commercial cleaning company. My wife has a baking company that she does, Auntie Faye Vegan Treats. Man, we just live on us, good people. That's why I did my 6-part audio series. That's why I do my one-on-one coaching programs. Living on me. So listen, you can too. You can too. So listen, before I get out of here, I'm going to sum this up for you, and I'm going to give you 3 ways that you can start living on you right now, like your boy been doing. I'm telling y'all, number 1, you got to acknowledge that you got a gift. You got to acknowledge that gift. Stop overlooking it. That gift that you got right now, acknowledge it, right? That thing that you overlooking, that thing that you've been doing since you was a kid, that thing that people been dropping clues to you since you was a kid, stop overlooking it. Acknowledge it, right? Because somebody's willing to pay you value for that. Number 2, you got to stop being afraid, right? You got to heal the fear and doubt that's wrapped around it. Some of y'all out there know what your gift is, right? And you kind of serve in it a little bit and dabble in it, but you're afraid to really step out there on it. I feel you. I was the same way. But guess what? I wasn't happy until I did it. And you're not going to be fully happy and fulfilled until you do it. So you got to learn to heal that fear and doubt around it. God gave you a gift not just to serve with, but to profit from it. And the third thing, man, you got to be bold with that thing. Once you find out what it is, you got to walk in it 10 toes down, unapologetically. You can't worry about what people say about it, think about it. It's your gift, good people. And it's something that God gave you not to just serve with, but to profit from, to build your life on. So today, I need you to take this message. I need you to take it to heart. I need you to like and share it with somebody that need to hear it. I need you to hit that subscribe button. And most importantly, I need you to click that link in my bio to grab that 6-part audio series, Use It or Lose It, right? And if you need to go deeper, hit me up, flthelifecoach@gmail.com for your one-on-one Soul Truth Power session, right? You and me, one-on-one, 250, no fluff, real conversation, raw healing, authentic results. I help you uproot those limited beliefs that's been self-sabotaging you, plant new ones, and give you tools to calm your nervous system down in real time. Good people, I'm telling y'all. So listen, take that to heart. Your gift is leaving you clues. You're just overlooking it. Listen to those clues so you can start tapping into you. I got a suggestion. How about we do it together, good people? FL the Life Coach, always spreading that peace and love. Twice on Sunday. Go out, attract the life of your dreams. Tap into your gift. You already know what to do, good people. Dare to be you, baby.